Hey everyone, and welcome to your January 2023 readings. I hope that this year is off to a really great start for you. We're going to get right into it, so I'm just going to say a couple things really quickly. If this message resonates with you, please consider giving it a like. This is a new channel I'm going to be spending a lot more time building, and it kind of helps it out, so that would be appreciated. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing as well, because I'm going to be putting out a lot more content. There's going to be full moon readings, new moon readings, plus the monthly readings, and some astrology stuff on the horizon for 2023. Also, if you're not following me over on Instagram, consider following me over there, just because I hop on and do something monthly that I'm bringing back called Cards and Cocktails, which is just really fun to do. I also do random readings. I just pop on and decide that I want to do that. So if you want kind of like free quickie readings, that's a good place to find me. Last thing I'll say is if you want to book a personal reading with me, all of that information is down below. So I'll see you in the reading. Bye. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your January 2023 reading. It's going to take me a while to get used to saying 2023. For some reason, that feels harder to say. All right, we're taking a look at, I was feeling that card. Where is that card? There it is. Nope, it's this one. We're taking a look at the beginning, middle. It's so interesting. I'm just like feeling these cards out. And end of the month. Oh, interesting. Oh, Capricorn. Okay, so we're going to get into the challenge and the spiritual advice. However, and I've already picked out the deck. Boom. I'm going to put that over here to the side. Okay. Interesting. Capricorn, my Capricorn. So we have at the beginning of this month, I think, a really beautiful card that signifies the Gregorian calendar beginning of the next year, right, for 2023. How apropos is this, right? We have the World card. It is the cycle completion and the beginning of a new cycle. You know, this is the end of the hero's journey. You have reached the completion of one journey and you're moving on to the next. So for some, this can be like the Death card or like the Tower card, but it's so much nicer, right? It's like you have completed this lesson, you have completed this journey, whatever you have been on, or the year itself, 2022, done, right? Like even though it's a Gregorian calendar celebrated holiday, it's like a lot of our systems are based on this, right? We look at the next quarters, like the first quarter of the year, second and third and fourth quarter of the year as a business, right? That's how we look at things. And, you know, this is ingrained in our system currently. So when the calendar turns, there is a collective energy all over not all over the world, but all over the Western world for sure. Definitely a lot of countries still they look to the beginning of the year when it turns over to the next number as being significant, and we take this as a chance to refresh and revise and to plan what's happening next. And so I feel like this is so appropriate for this next part of the year. You're just starting into this cycle, the world cycle. And here it is, it's ended. Very similar to the Wheel of Fortune. Notice that we have the same fixed signs here in the card as well. So that's what we have for the beginning of the month. And then we move into the middle of the month. And I'm going to say for some of you, it's interesting because if, you know, this is a collective reading, right? So for Capricorn, sun, rising, or moon sign, this is a collective reading, right? So if you want a specific reading, something that speaks directly to your situation and what you're dealing with, you'll want to book a personal reading with myself or someone else, right? But like if you're booking with me, the information's down in the description below. But like if you are dealing with something that is romantically inclined, I'm going to say that middle of the month, there's something that comes up that has you really feeling back into thinking back about a particular lover, an ex, perhaps, a person of interest, a even if it wasn't the connection that you had with this person, it was what they inspired within you, this nostalgic quality. Think about when you were young and free and full of life and didn't have all of these responsibilities, and you could just love freely. We can still now, but we felt more so that we could just feel and unencumbered and without reason and without complication. It was so much more simple and easy and beautiful and warm. And the Six of Cups can often indicate a past lover. This can also just indicate nostalgic experiences, you know, and feeling like there are... Ooh, I'm really loving the glow that's happening here on the World card. Yeah, this can actually just be indicative of, you know, feeling into a time past, you know, like the good old days, the times that felt really good, you know, and there's something of value to be remembered there. You know, thinking back to the days when things were golden or good isn't necessarily just like the quintessential, stereotypical 80s jock guy that, you know, 20 years later can only think about his high school quarterback achievements, right? Like that archetype, right? But it's not just about that. Sometimes when we think back to the quote unquote golden ages of our life, we can remember what it was like to feel inspired and full of possibility and free. And I think that this is really beautiful. And sometimes, you know, if you have strong Saturnian or Capricorn kind of placements in your natal chart, sometimes it can be hard to remember this, to remember to loosen the fuck up, to let go, and to remember what it feels like to just enjoy your experience in this way. And that can be from a lot of different places, right? It doesn't have to be just romantically. It can be a lot of different ways. So take this as it resonates. As we come into the end of the month, we come into a time of, which I think is really interesting because this showed up for other signs as the beginning of the month for them, right? But this is like a time to rest, you know. It might feel counterintuitive, especially because at the end of the month, we are having not only Mars has come out of its retrograde and is starting to, like, it's come direct, but it's still in shadow, so it's not moving quite as quickly still. But it might feel counterintuitive because of that to move forward with a kind of quickness, right? We want to do that. But this might feel counterintuitive to slow down and to just be with yourself. I think you need to pause and ask yourself some questions about, go internal and really feel, be honest with yourself and feel into what it is that you want. This is a Swords card. So it's not just about feeling. This is about honoring your truth, being true to yourself. Are you being true to yourself in your relationships, in your business partnerships, in your life, everywhere in your life, with your family, with whoever, wherever you have contracts or connections with people? Are you being true to yourself? Are you being true to yourself with yourself? Are you being honest about what you really want, or are you being prideful? Are you blocking off the path to what it is that would make you ultimately feel the most fulfilled and happy? And who can know, right? Until you actually go and explore, but there needs to be a time to consider and contemplate these things. So that's what I see coming up. Whew, that was interesting. That just like came through. I'm sure I'm not gonna remember what the hell I just said after this because that felt channeled. So let's take a look at, well, I was going to use that other deck, but now I'm feeling this deck, so let's go with it. Challenge. No. And no, I'm not going to edit that out because it happens sometimes. There we go. Spiritual advice. I'm going to pull one more card. Two, apparently. All right, so let's bring these up here. Okay. So when we're looking at what's occurring with the challenges in your life, I think that you're blocking out opportunities that you know are there for you. I think this has to do, for some reason, with this particular card. There's something that you know has completed, that you have some kind of nostalgic feelings about, that you are needing to get to the truth of with yourself, and that you are actually resisting the opportunities that are coming forward for you. This particular card has a lot to do with the opportunities that are being presented, but when it's in a challenge position, it's like you are just denying them. You don't, like, you're not allowing them to actually come through, which is unfortunate, because you have these blessings that are trying to reach you. You have these gifts, these things that you probably actually have really wanted that are trying to come through, and you're blocking them. And it's like coming through right now. I have this like feeling like this is going to sound so weird, but this harkens back to way younger days, many, many, many years ago. It tastes like Coke in my mouth. It's so weird. Like destructive, toxic things that you're allowing to interfere with these opportunities that are trying to come through for you. Like prideful reasons for blocking out things that are trying to come through for you. And I don't think this is for every Capricorn, sun, rising, or moon, right? I don't think this is for every Capricorn. This is like speaking to someone specifically. I feel this. So if this doesn't resonate with you, it's not your message, that's fine. But this is just what's coming through. There's a resistance. There's like a blinding to, like, there's some kind of reasonable reason or blinding reason for choosing this particular path and that you're on, and not allowing something new to come through, or something that you've wanted to materialize that you know could actually be seeded and work for you, but you're not allowing it. So your spiritual guidance is actually telling you a few things. You need to get aligned, you need to let go, and you need to stop letting your mind rule the day. You need to allow your intuition to actually speak to you, and allow that to, like, when you're weighing out this or that, this person or that person, this path or that path, this situation or that situation, this is not about being just in your mind, right? And trying to figure out, because of the swords, the reasonable reasons, the logic behind everything, right? She sits there with two paths, two truths that are sitting there balanced, completely balanced. Huge broadswords, by the way, super heavy. But besides the fact, you have the moon, you have the water, and she's blindfolded. She's being told to go into her intuition, to look inside of herself, and to gather for herself what is true outside of logic and reason. you may feel like whatever path it is that you feel drawn to explore is not reasonable, is not logical, is not the smart move. And you need to re-examine that from a place that is not from your mind, but looking into your heart, your feelings, and your intuition. Now, with that, we have something that is like, something is done. It needs to be done, right? Now, this could be a project, this could be a business relationship, this could be a friendship, this could be a relationship, this could be, you know, maybe you're involved in a relationship right now and your ex is actually the one that you're like thinking of and wanting to be with, and you need to like actually explore that, but the reasons that you're not exploring that are here and present, and you want to honor like something or your duty or whatever it is that you feel like you're supposed to honor, and it doesn't make sense, but you're feeling like it's fucking over because this is what you actually want, but you're not being honest with yourself and you're blocking these opportunities. Now, that's one scenario of a few. For somebody out there, I feel like that came through. I'm sorry. Normally, I don't actually do that on these readings because that feels like a very personal one-to-one reading, not so general. But I will say that also with your spiritual advice, what you're getting is that you're meant to actually be in alignment. Is your heart aligned with your mind, aligned with your gut, aligned with everything, right? The Chariot is aligned for forward movement. You need to move forward and take action. You need to go forth and make contact. If you have been waiting to make contact with a person or to present something for a project or something like that, you need to make a move, but make sure that it is aligned. Do your work to go into your intuition. Get rid of the external toxic waste and things that are no longer serving. You need to get really honest about the patterns or the people that things are done with and get aligned and move forward. Whew, man, that was an interesting reading. Man, Capricorn. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna leave it because I need to take a breath, drink some water, go for a walk. That was a lot for me. There's like so much energy buzzing in my body for this reading here, and I don't know who this is for, but this is definitely for somebody or a few people out there, and it's so specific. And I feel that so strongly, and it's not going to be for everybody. That's for damn sure. So if this resonates with you, please give the video a like. It helps me. I'm building the channel. I'm going to be spending more time here as well. I will be also posting not just the monthlies, but new moon and full moon readings. So please consider subscribing. And also I'm bringing back Cards and Cocktails on Instagram, which is, I do live stream with Cards and Cocktails. I just read for free and we have drinks and have a good time. And also I just like to jump on there sometimes and do free little mini readings for whoever's around. So it's good to follow me there if you're not following me there. If you want a personalized reading, if this resonated and you wanted to go deeper for yourself, or if you just want a personalized reading with me, you're welcome to do that. All of the information is in the description box down below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Whew, thank you guys. Bye.